Shadow Mountain Publishing presents Summerhaven and The Making of an Earl, a Summerhaven novella, written by Tiffany Odekirk and narrated by Noah Wall. Chapter 1. London, July 1817. The first notes of Mamma's melody flowed from my fingers and filled the parlour of our London townhome. Although I did not play the square pianoforte with as much passion or pleasure as Mamma had, the memory of her song, wrapping around me like a warm blanket on a cool night, would forever pull me back to the bench. I nearly reached the crescendo when a tap-tap-tap sounded at the door, and I hit a wrong note. Drat! I'd been so close this time to playing the song without making any errors. Papa stirred in his armchair, and his newspaper fell to the uneven wood-plank floor. Knowing Mrs. Potter would answer the door, I quickly returned my hands to the keys, hoping to lull Papa back to sleep. But only a few lines in, and with just as many mistakes, I could do nothing but sigh. If only I'd put forth greater effort to practice while she'd been alive, I might now have her music to comfort me. Another knock came at the door, the staccato sound more urgent than the first, and Papa snorted awake. Where was Mrs. Potter? I would have answered the door myself, but the last time I'd done so, she had given me such a displeased look that I did not dare do it again. It was probably just an impatient messenger anyway. We rarely had callers anymore. I rose and replaced the bench, then retrieved Papa's newspaper from the floor. "What would I do without you, Hannah?" he said. "I dare say not read the newspaper." I kissed the top of his head and handed it to him, minus one sheet, which I reserved for myself, of course. I sat on the sofa situated under the window and parted the curtains. As I'd supposed, a postboy stood on the top step. Finally, Mrs. Potter emerged from the kitchen downstairs. Wiping her flour-dusted hands on her apron, she muttered the entire length of the corridor. She was, perhaps, not the most amiable of servants, but she and her daughter, Nora, our maid of all work, were the only help we had, and I was grateful for their service. The front door creaked open, and a gust of wind carried a pungent odour into the parlour. Horse dung and raw sewage, parting gifts from the ton as they vacated the city for their family seats in the...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?